How's it going, guys? We're here to check out the November update to Rust, and it has been just a lot of fixes and then a ton of work in the background. Still working on HDRP, the instrument DLC, and the modular vehicle system. Now, as far as I know, the modular vehicle system still looks like it is on its way for December. I haven't heard anything otherwise to say so, but it does look like HDRP may have to wait till next year. Right now, in the state that they have it, it's performing either equal to or worse on most machines, and they obviously are doing this overhaul to make it run a lot smoother than it ever has. So they have to still get it to that point, so that's something they are working on really hard. They've done some fixes. If you want to check out the details to that, on the dev blog you can. I'll have that link down below. But yeah, the team has rolled out a few optimization fixes which may give some people some better performance, particularly with stutters and things popping into your view. So that is a cool, nice little thing there. But keep in mind, the big optimizations are still being worked on. It's going to take months. It's going to be a big deal. It's going to take a while. So, you know, hang in there, guys. It is something they are working on. So one of the biggest frustrations ever has always been this tree minigame on the weird shaped trees. Well, the team has gone ahead and worked on, hopefully, fix this problem. Oops. Helps if I actually hit the spots. Now, I do feel it jumps around a little much on the palm trees, but you can still get it no matter what. So it's not going to get you stuck. Where'd it go? There it is. So this is a very nice improvement. I know some people will just be like, whatever, just hit the tree normally. But, you know, it's a function of the game, and it should function. So it's definitely a cool thing there. Also, obviously, your accuracy will be a lot better if you're not just holding down the mouse button like me. But there you go. You get the idea. They are working quite well again. Now, bows always had a weird delay when firing the second shot. That shouldn't be something that exists anymore. The bow should feel a lot more streamlined. It should feel with a less delay and everything. So that is a nice little addition as well. So let's go over here and take a look at what we've got. The water catcher has had some changes. People have always wanted to be able to put it on a roof. Well, now you can. They are now placeable on a roof. However, you cannot build them in a normal way. They actually require about just over a wall high. So you can see I had to put a half wall there, and then you can actually put a floor grill over it. So as long as you use the floor grills, rain, you know, so to say, can still get its way in, and that works there. So there we have that. In addition to that, drinking things or transferring things like water has actually been fixed a little bit. I forgot my little water jug. There we go. So let's go ahead and open this up. And you can see you can just hold on take or hold on give. And it does its thing. That's the same when drinking too. So that's a nice little thing. You don't have to keep, you know, continually drinking from the water bottle. Where is the water bottle? There we go. You can just go ahead and hold down drink. And you'll continue to drink. So again, just a little quality of life thing, but it's nice, you know? In addition, lockers have seen a nice little quality of change right here. They now are set up to work better with the new system and so forth. And one of the most requested features was, please let me interchange things without having to do the whole swap. And the swap function, as you can see, still exists, but you can edit it however you see fit. And you've got two spots. You've got the, you know, clothing right here. So this is going to try to equip this into your clothing depending what you're wearing, or swap it with whatever's in there. And then whatever you would want to go into your hotbar, you can put down here as well. So you now have the full hotbar and full, you know, clothing line to work there, which is definitely a nice improvement. It makes the lockers function just properly, you know, it's quite nice. So we've seen a addition of the medium battery now. So we've got the small battery, the medium battery, and the large battery. Now, batteries have had a redo, and so it's kind of hard to kind of explain it. So I'm basically just going to kind of, paraphrase over Helk's words here. So Helk basically said he revamped batteries. They used to discharge a static amount of electricity for whatever duration they had in seconds. So, it would give out this much over this much time, whether you were using it or not. Now it's going to factor in and only use what it needs to use. So for this, Helk went ahead and made up his own system. So we now have RWM, which stands for Rust Watts Minutes, and then we have RW, which is just Rust Watts. So that's kind of how it works there. So you'll see here now it says capacity. It has 100 of 9,000 Rust Watts minutes. We go over to this guy over here. You'll see he has 20 of 150. And then this guy's capacity is 20 of 24,000. So I think this is really going to help people with building much more efficient electrical setups. This way you're not just leaching energy into nothing over time. And I think this is going to be much, much better for the whole electrical system. It's a small overhaul, but it is a great little addition. And it's also quite nice to have this medium battery, because it was quite a jump going from 150 to 24,000. So now we got something in between, which is quite nice there. Now, in addition to all of this, we have seen some map changes. So this is something that's been requested ever since we got the update to the sleeping bags. People were asking, can we get a similar kind of layout for the actual vending machines that overlap each other? So this one's by itself, but over here you can see there's two machines. And so then boom, and boom. Isn't that nice? Then you click again to close it, go over here, and you can check out these three vending machines. So definitely a very cool thing. It will work with player place ones as well. So that is a really awesome addition. I'm glad they did that, because sometimes it's so frustrating just to see the other stores and outposts, or if people build a really small kind of vending machine area. So that is just a nice little blessing of a change. Now, talking about teams and so forth. So if you have a team, there's now a team chat. So you'll notice here it says global. If I hit tab, it'll switch to team. Hit tab again, it'll switch back to global chat. So in global chat, blah, 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 blah. And whoops, and then enter and team and blah, 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 blah. It'll say team next to it. So there you go. That's a good way to distinguish it. Now, another function is sometimes there's just that annoying person in chat that won't shut up. You can now left click on their name. You can see a Steam profile if you need to get information like reporting them for cheating. You can mute them. You can straight up just go to report, or you can clear out chat. So, Steam profile is gonna open up a Steam profile in another window. Oh man, it opened up everything. And there we go, report. I believe it should bring up an F7 for us. Nope, maybe not. Okay, and then clear chat will clear chat completely. Now, if you mute someone accidentally, or you decide you want to give them a second chance, there is a way to unmute them. You're gonna go into F1, console, and you do mute list. One word, okay? And it's gonna show whoever you have muted here. Obviously, I have no one muted, so it's not gonna say anything. And then to unmute someone, it's going to be simply unmute space the ID that shows up next to their name in said mute list. So yeah, if you want to look at the exact thing, because I covered that a little too fast, like I said, the dev blog is linked below, and in the section there it goes through the commands as well. So that's a nice little thing. It's one of those things where I felt like a chat filter and being able to mute people should have been something from the beginning. But we've got it now, and it's really cool. I think the team chat's something that is quite nice, but boy, I can't wait to see when people accidentally type in global when they mean to type in team. It's already something you see on modded servers quite a bit, so it's going to be something new, new goof for vanilla people. So be careful there. Make sure you're in the right text channel. That's all I got to say. When it comes to that. Another little quality of life change is the helicopter fireballs. A lot of people like to go ahead and kamikaze bases with the helicopter. And knowing that the fire would go through the walls and burn stuff inside, people would do this to try to burn TCs if they could figure out where it was, or just plain be a jerk. So that is no longer a thing. Fire no longer travels through a solid wall. or ceiling, so that shouldn't be a problem anymore. If there is, make sure you make a little report about it and be very specific, but it should be something that's completely knocked out and fixed as far as they're hoping. So that is definitely, again, a nice little addition there. So that pretty much covers the big stuff of this update. They also are starting some fixes onto fire. As you can see in this picture here, fire used to go kind of the direction of whatever it faced. So if you put it on a hill, it didn't look realistic. The flames didn't go up. As you can see now, the flames will go the right direction. Again, just a little thing, but I know that they eventually want to do the whole incineration update that they had planned like years ago. So hey, maybe it's a small step towards it. Maybe not. Maybe it was just a little something that irked someone and they wanted to fix it. We'll just have to see the progress there. Hot air balloons were also being used to glitch into the rocks around the world. That has been fixed, so goodbye to that exploit. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, guys. I'm just gonna go through my head here. The report system has been updated, so let's show that. If you hit F7, you can now make a report, encouragement, an idea, or a bug. Here's where you want to fill out the information. Put a good title. Don't, if you're gonna put like fix ples help now, they're gonna, you know what I mean? Like, just be mature and put a real report. Think of it this way: the more information and the more properly you fill this out, the sooner you're gonna get help. That's just kind of how it goes. But you can also click on report a player, which then it will change here, and it will show all the players you have interacted with, or you can search whoever's been on the server by name for the time being. So that is a nice little addition there. But one of the coolest things is if you actually go to here, there's now a message section, and up here in messages, it will actually tell you if your report had resulted in the ban of said person. I think that is a very neat thing. It gives people a sense of justification, and it also lets you know that something is being done. Because a lot of times people complain no one's being banned, but the hackers just come back really quickly and they are being banned. So it's one of those things where you can actually see that, your reports, if done properly, are actually achieving something. So that's a nice little addition. It just kind of makes it a little more convenient, and hopefully this helps them ban people quicker, because ultimately that's the goal we want there. But that's gonna do it, guys. Like I said, a lot of the cool stuff is really coming still, and I actually almost completely forgot the new quick looting system. So let's go over that real quick. A lot of people are starting to use loot macros. That's not something that they really wanted, so they went ahead and did where there's a kind of like a queue system as to when you're looting things. So let's go ahead and, like, I don't know, we'll put this stuff in here. And you'll notice as it comes over, they queue up, it's pretty fast, but you can't, queue them all at once kind of thing. It's a little hard for me to explain. I'm not the most technical person, but basically they've done basically set a speed as to how fast you can loot. So that way you think a little bit more of looting what priority is first, and then, hey, if the other stuff comes over eventually. So kind of think of like a looting queue in your head as you loot, because it's going to take, a set time now. That breaks the macros, but then, it makes some things a little bit annoying. Well, now there's a quick drop or the hover loot. So you can actually hold H, and whatever you put your mouse over, you'll see it starts to affect it, right? So that's cool right there. Then we also have left bracket, so you can select an item, and that'll drop one item at a time, as you can see. Or you can hit O and drop the entire stack. So there we have it. Again, some nice little improvements just to help with quality of life while we're sitting and waiting for the big stuff to come. So I don't know about you guys, I'm super excited for cars. I also can't wait to see HDRP. It does look absolutely amazing. And I'm very curious about the musical instrument DLC. So we'll see what happens towards the end of the year. Any updates, again, that stuff, I'll be sure to cover in a video. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy your wipe. Have a good one.